If you're looking for a coin with a fascinating story that's potentially hundreds of years old, then you're going to love the coins I have for you today. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm going to show you my top 3 recommendations for the month. And this month, they're all classic coins. We'll start with what may actually be my favourite coin I've ever offered you. It's a coin that I've only ever been able to offer in very small numbers because it is so hard to find. If you give it just a cursory glance, it looks like a simple gold French coin with Louis XVIII's portrait on the obverse and 20 francs on the reverse. But if you know what you're looking for, your eye will be drawn to this R at the bottom right of the reverse. That R indicates that this was one of the few 20 franc coins not struck by our friends across the channel, but actually struck here in the UK, because R is not a letter that was ever assigned to any French mint. So, essentially, this is a French coin struck in Britain. It has been suggested that the R was connected to the banker Rothschild, who is said to have supported the coin's production after Napoleon escaped from Elba and Louis XVIII was deposed. Whilst the French king was exiled, it is claimed that he gave consent to the Royal Mint in London to strike the French 20 franc gold coins. The British were supportive of his return to power, so the coin went ahead. Its purpose was for the use of the British Army to pay the troops stationed in France in a currency that locals would accept. It's coins like this that I just love. It's like the famous M&S advert. This isn't just a gold coin. This is a 200-year-old gold coin that could have been in the pocket of a British soldier in the build-up or even during the Battle of Waterloo. The history attached to this coin means it will be sought after by collectors forever. My only regret is that I can't get hold of more of these for you, but then the scarcity of them only adds to the story and the appeal. Right now, I have just 10 examples available for just £750, and I know these won't be around for long. Next up, I have this ultra-scarce sovereign that was only issued for 3 years back at the start of the 20th century. It comes from the time of the British Empire during the reign of Edward VII, a time when sovereigns were struck all around the world, from London to Sydney. This particular sovereign was struck in Ottawa, Canada, which you can see by the C mint mark here below the famous Petrucci design of St. George and the Dragon, synonymous with the sovereign. It was only issued between 1908 and 1910, and is simply one of the hardest sovereigns to find because of the low numbers issued. Let me explain what I mean. 202 million sovereigns were issued during the reign of Edward VII. 77 million of those were issued between 1908 and 1910 from London, Sydney, Melbourne, Perth and Ottawa. But just 44,953 were issued from Ottawa. So just 0.02% of Edward VII sovereigns were struck in Ottawa. In short, the Ottawa sovereign is remarkably scarce. It's the one that collectors fight for. Oh, and one last number for you, 3. That's how many of these ultra-scarce sovereigns I have available for CPM clients like you. They're available for just £1,495 or just £149.50 a month on a first-come, first-served basis. Finally for this month, a coin with a fascinating story but one you can own for a very modest sum. And it's actually a lucky coin. Well, 2 lucky coins to be precise. Here we have 2 classic Victorian sixpences. Sixpences have been considered lucky for centuries, for brides to have in their shoe on their wedding day or to find in your Christmas pudding, but there is one particular Victorian sixpence that collectors hunt for. It's this one, the 1887 withdrawn silver sixpence. Now it all came from a simple mistake. In 1887, new coin designs were to be issued for Queen Victoria's Golden Jubilee, and that's where the mistake was made. Surprisingly, the silver sixpence shared the same design as the gold half sovereign. Of course, it didn't take long for some crafty opportunists to start coating the silver sixpence in gold paint and easily passing them off for the far more valuable half sovereign. The authorities hastily withdrew the sixpence and a quick redesign took place, with the new 1887 sixpence reverting to a design similar to previous years, like this, with a crown at the top of the design and a wreath around the sides, and sixpence written across the middle of the coin. This made the withdrawn coin an instant classic. Now, for some good news. They are surprisingly affordable, despite the fact that these coins are 130 years old and, effectively, they shouldn't exist. You can make one yours, along with the more common regular Victorian sixpence, for just £125. Unsurprisingly though, I have only been able to build a limited stock holding, so if you would like to add these historic silver coins to your collection, I suggest that you move to secure yours today. At just £125 and with such a compelling story, I know these won't last long. That's it. Thanks for watching. If you want to find out more about any of the coins I've shown you today, please just follow the links below. See you again soon.